I'm wondering if you're going to be able to hear the chickens clucking in the background. I'm hoping not, but I just gave it away if you can't hear. Let's do a weekly reading wrap up and TBR. So it's been a long time since I've done one of these and I'm excited to do one. It just kind of feels good. I haven't done a what I'm reading this week or a Friday Reads or like a weekly TBR in a very long time. I can almost guarantee you can't hear the chickens in the background, but like I hear them. So let's talk about what I read last week, which was a great deal. I finished first and foremost T. Kingfisher's The Twisted Ones, which this was creepy. It was so good. It was so creepy. This is about a woman who goes to clean out her grandmother's home after her grandmother passes away, and there are maybe creepy monsters in the woods. It was very good, and I really liked it. But now that I finished that, the next thing that I had wanted to finish was actually one that was a carryover from last month. So for Space Opera September, I had wanted to read Tomorrow's Kin by Nancy Kress. It was recommended to me by one of my friends over at the Hugo Awards when I was there. And instead, I got like 60 pages in and then got distracted because The Twisted One showed up. But I am halfway through now, just about. And this is interesting. It's about a world where aliens kind of come to Earth and are like, guys, big intergalactic plague is coming. What's up? And humans are, you know, they respond like humans. I'm about halfway through, so the aliens have left the planets and we're finding out what is about to happen. I'm actually quite excited to finish that one. I'm intrigued to see where Kress goes from this. This is actually the first Nancy Kress that I've read, but Nancy Kress is of course a really well-known SFF author, and I'm intrigued. I actually also happen to have, I was sent the next one, If Tomorrow Comes, and I haven't read this one clearly, but I'm excited to read it. You can tell actually it even has the sell sheet in it, so I've been holding on to this one for a while. Yeah, because the publicist who was doing distribution for this does not work there anymore. And has not for a while. After I am done with Tomorrow's Kin, which I'm looking forward to reading, I have two options that I'm going to be reading, and I'm quite excited about both of them. One is The Games House by Claire North. This is kind of an intrigue who's gonna win the castle kind of story, from what I can tell, but I have not really gotten through many of Claire North's books. I know she's really well loved, but it's one of those things where I've tried listening to her books on Audible, and I think it's partly that the narrators that they choose for it, I can't focus. So I'm interested to see how I do with it in physical format. I am intrigued to read it. I know Nicholas White, I think, did a review of it over on his blog. And I didn't read it because I didn't want to spoil myself, but when he reads something, I almost immediately want to read it so that I can compare notes with him. And then I also have, and got on pre-order, Ninth House by Leigh Bardugo. I am very intrigued by this one. This is Leigh Bardugo's first adult novel. She's of course done the Grisha universe. I've really liked a lot of her short stories and have really enjoyed most of what I've read by Leigh Bardugo. And there was some kerfuffle on the internet about this one because apparently it's very dark. I can't say to what level or detail that those are dealt with, but I know that it was, there were people who got early copies who were quite upset. And so I'm interested to see it. I'm interested to kind of get my head around whether some of that critique was warranted or if it's kind of a, would you say this if it was Jay Kristoff kind of thing? And my suspicion is that it's got a lot to do with gender and roles and the role we see YA writers having as like role models. But I'm very interested. I'm super actually excited to read this. It's one of the few books I've had on pre-order. The other one that I've had on pre-order for the year is The Twisted Ones by T. Kingfisher. And so speaking of that, let's talk quick because something weird happened to me. So when I pre-ordered the Twisted ones, it was probably July or August, and I had been looking forward to it. I love Tea Kingfisher. I put in my pre-order, thought I was good. Totally cool. And then the day of the pre-order arrival showed up. And, well, first, they sent me 2 hardcover copies. So that was a thing. And I was like, huh, weird. Went back, checked my Amazon orders, definitely ordered it only once, definitely only paid for 1 copy. And so I was like, that's weird, convenient second copy. I'll look into giving this to someone. And then the next day, Amazon apparently has been drunk for a while because they also sent me the trade paperback. And I was like, we can't keep the number or the type straight, so I now have 3 copies of this bad boy. And that means it's time for a giveaway, I think. So I'm going to keep 1 of the copies. My partner loves horror. He's gonna wanna read it. I know I'm gonna wanna lend this book out. But that means I have a hardcover and a trade paperback available to send out to people. So I'm going to put out into the universe, hello, welcome, put a comment down below and enter my giveaway. I will reach out to people online. This will only be for people who are living in the States because international shipping is expensive, but let's go ahead and we'll give us a week. What does that mean? Today's date is the 11th. On the 18th, I'm gonna close the giveaway, and then hopefully, if I can get them out on time, that means you might have this book in time for some spooky Halloween reads. So let me know how you guys are all doing. I am going to be looking forward to hearing about which one of these books you have really been looking forward to. I hope you have a fantastic reading week. You guys know the drill. Remember to comment, like, and subscribe. You can go ahead and follow me over on Twitter or Instagram. I also have a Patreon if you want to support the channel there. And remember to put in your comment whether you are interested in the paperback or the hardcover. You can also say either, I don't mind. And I will post a video shortly after the giveaway closes to announce the winners. Talk to you guys soon. Bye.